Good afternoon, May 23rd, 2019. Today I want to talk about a television reporter in Lexington, Kentucky for WLEX that was recently terminated for a statement he made that was deemed racist. The reporter's name is Lee Cruz, and he did a morning show called Lee and Hayley with a woman named Hayley Harmon. And Lee Cruz, they were reporting on a story from the British Broadcasting Company where a radio disc jockey in Britain had compared Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's new baby to a chimpanzee, and it represented the baby as a chimpanzee or something, and this disc jockey was fired in Britain. So when the story aired in America and the Lee and Hayley Show covered it, Lee Cruz said at the end of the story or at the beginning, I forget which, but his statement that made all the trouble was, "This is my new favorite disc jockey." And I get it. I mean, you know, royalty, they get everything they want, they'll ever need, although Prince Harry and William, you know, look like great young men who are getting older now. But the reality is, you know, a trained chimp being around royalty, even Monty Python would laugh at that. I mean, so this broadcaster in Lexington, Kentucky gets fired for calling this DJ his favorite after the DJ referred to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's new baby as a chimp and represented it accordingly. Now, this guy lost his job over that. This would be hilarious if he had lost his job. But he did. And the general manager of WLEX, Pat Dalbey, claims that, you know, this does not represent the views of WLEX and our viewership, etc., etc., etc. And I'm thinking, wow, your viewership has absolutely no sense of humor and is so easily offended. It makes me wonder if they wait in, you know, line to be heard next. And this sort of gets into what I wanted to say a little bit today. You know, this behavior, you know, people referring to people who have this overly soft behavior towards existence as snowflakes, and then, oh, you know, it came out that the word snowflake was akin to the N-word, or, you know, whatever it was, and you can't call somebody that, it's denigrating or whatever. It's just a word, it's a language. You know, language is meant to be used and abused, trust me, I know. And I'll be as abusive as you want, right? The reality is, a guy gets fired because of saying something in jest, and now he came back and apologized and said, oh, I don't know what I'm thinking, I'm a moron, I'm a creep, blah, 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 blah. So he's even giving in to the insanity. Common sense is gone. The fact is, the child of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle will go unharmed by this comment. We'll never know it. We'll never be affected by it. And yet we have a reactionary group of people in Lexington, Kentucky in this case, because they're all over the United States, trust me, and you know who you are. So if you are this person, just quit being so damn reactionary. We might all get along better. And they're sensitive to this. That somebody might actually want the prince's kid to be a monkey, you know, or something. And give me a break, man. He's a prince's kid. He'll never have a problem too big to solve. Trust me. And the reality is, the ignorance brought by this kind of thinking, that is actually no thinking, it's feeling. It's not rationality. It's emotion over rational. It's emotion over logic. And they believe the illusion is real. At this point, the image of the chimpanzee is so real for the people of Lexington, Kentucky who watch this television channel, they had to fire this man for laughing at it a little bit. And I find this not only slightly amusing, mostly disturbing. The reins of the media, the people who control the media, I'll take this opportunity again as I'm going to talk about it more and more. The media is out of control. It's a propaganda industry. They prop up what they want you to see the way they want you to see it. None of it's true. Hardly anyone watches it. advertisers and that are still under the belief that their money gets paid out and it works. It doesn't. It's all a lie. You'll find out. The reality is, in time, you can't change people's minds when the hard facts are there. Needless to say, overly sensitive people maybe should stand on a battlefield for a couple hours or be stood out there, you know, so they can see what really matters in existence, and that people should be allowed to keep their jobs and make mistakes within reason, and that racism is a bizarre thing in itself, and you know, it's case by case. But if you're that reactionary, wow, I don't know you're ever going to get along with anybody in the real world. And on that note, I'll say, Lexington, Kentucky, take care of yourself. My grandmother was from Ashland, so, you know, go figure. I hope y'all have a good day. Of course, she was well educated at Ohio University. She got across the river. Y'all take care of yourselves. Peace out.